Hi, future doctors. Welcome to the next class. So, in previous class, we discussed object taken on one inclined plane. Now we will take on two inclined planes. So, within this equation, you will get all the equations. So, if it is theta 1, it is going to be theta 2. So, this is the fully. So, you are taking M1 object, object here, another object, M2 here. So whenever you are suspending like this, in this direction, M1G sine theta 1. In this direction, M2G sine theta 2. So within this tensional force is going to act. So all the cases we have taken, M2 is greater than M1, therefore M2 is moving like this, M1 is moving like this. Now before going to write that equation, so what is the equation for this triangle we wrote? If it is theta, it is going to be M1, it is going to be M2. What is the acceleration we wrote? M2 minus M1 sin theta by M1 plus M2. What is the tensional force we wrote? M1 M2 by M1 plus M2 1 plus sin theta into G. Now same equation you will get, but here one object is there on theta. Therefore we got here 1 plus sin theta. Now here both the objects are there on inclined planes. M1 is on theta 1, M2 is on theta. Therefore, acceleration you will get from this equation. Here you got M1 sin theta because M1 is there on theta, angle theta. Now here M2 is also there on theta. Therefore, what you will get? M2 without derivation we are writing M2 sin theta 2 minus M1 sin theta 1 divided by denominator will not do any mistake, always M1 plus M2 G. So I told you theta 90, theta is going to be 0, same like this. M1 is on theta 1, M2 is on theta 2. Correct? Now what is the tensional force? You can only say tensional force. M1, M2 by M1 plus M2. What you will get? Sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2 into G. So if M2 is there vertically, then theta is 90. Theta 2 is 90 here. If both are there vertically, then theta 190, theta 290. So previous all equations you will get from these two equations. If you want thrust, so this angle you should come to know. This angle is 90 minus theta 1 plus theta 2. So resultant thrust you are going to calculate t square plus 2t square cos this angle you are going to take. Understood? So this is about object suspended by strings without frictional force because object is there on smooth surface. Then only we can get all these answers. Correct? Now on this how they are going to ask the problems. So within this problem only, what should be the mass of M1 and M2 if both are at rest position, equilibrium position? If these two should be equilibrium position means tensional force should be equal to M1G sin theta. So T1 is equal to M1G sin theta. T should be equal to here or T2 should be equal to M2G sin theta. Both the tensional force are equal. Therefore, M1G sin theta 1 is equal to M2G sin theta. So G will be cancelled. This is the condition. M1 sin theta 1 plus M2 sin theta 2. Like this they are going to. Next up. Same atwood machine they are going to take in a lift which is moving either upwards or downwards. M1, M2, which is moving upwards with acceleration here. Now, what is the acceleration of these two objects they will ask? So, acceleration of the Atwood mission pulleys. A dash is equal to same formula. If M2 is greater than M1, M2 minus M1 by M1 plus M2. Whenever it is moving upwards, what I told you to write? G plus A. If it is moving downwards, what you will write? M2 minus M1 by M1 plus M2 G minus A. Understood? So blindly you can remember any object is moving upwards, you can write mg plus ma. If any object is moving downwards, we can write mg minus ma. Means g plus a, g minus. Here g plus a, g minus a they are going to give. Next, I told you to write simply. They will give F force is going to be applied downwards. They're pulling an object of mass M. mg is acting downwards. This F they will give, let us assume, force they will give 3 mg. Then what is the acceleration they will ask? What is the acceleration means? Net force by net mass. Net force by net mass means, what is the net force means? 3 mg minus mg. 3 mg minus mg. Net mass means here only one mass is suspended. Therefore, m you will get. Therefore, 2 mg by m. Therefore, acceleration is nothing but 2g. We are going to get. We should remember this type of problems carefully. Understood? So, this force value they will give. At that time, you have to take equation like this. Okay. So, try to remember these equations, all the equations once. Then we can do some problems in our next class.